Hello and Namaste. In continuation with the linear algebra topic matrices, we have already gone for the rank of a matrix by reduction to a normal form and by reduction to a PAQ form. Now let us go and explore the row echelon form. Now what exactly the row echelon form of a matrix? Now this name itself suggests that we have to have the restriction to use only row transformations here. A matrix A is said to be in a row echelon form if it satisfies the following properties. Every zero row of a matrix capital A occurs below a non-zero row. That means if at all there is any zero row present, it should be at the end of the matrix. Then the first non-zero number from the left of a non-zero row is 1. Now this is called leading one. Now some of the books are using this instead of this 1, they are using its non-zero number. Non-zero number. So if somebody is referring this particular thing, that is also fine. It's not required that every time you should have this first non-zero element of that row is equals to 1 or leading 1. It's not required. Most of the books are using this also. So this is also a correct one, because anyways this one, if it is a non-zero number, that non-zero number you can make it 1 by just dividing. Suppose that was a number, I can divide that a number by a and I can make this as 1. So that's not a problem. The problem is that the first non-zero number from the left of a non-zero row is 1. Instead of 1, some books are using it as a non-zero also. That is also the correct method for this particular row echelon form. Then for each non-zero row, the leading one appears to the right and below any leading one in the preceding row. Let me explain this particular third, specifically third, with the example. For example, this particular matrix is in a row echelon form. How? We have to first check, we have to check with the first row. Now we have to check with the first row. First row, my first element, first non-zero element of this particular row is filled with 1, which is known as, in the particular definition here, it's known as a leading one. Now as this is the first non-zero element of this row 1, I should have everything below this particular number should be equals to 0. How many number of rows are there in down? Every element of that below this one have to be equals to 0. Now getting to the next row, second row, I should have the first non-zero element towards the left hand side of this previous one. That is towards the right hand side of this previous one. That is what it's been written it here. Right hand side of the previous one. Again, if this is a 1 over here, then below that have to be equals to 0. Then next row is the third row. Third row I don't have any non-zero element, that doesn't matter, right? Now if you'll observe the first case, here, what is the first case? First case has been discussed. Every zero row of a matrix A occurs below the non-zero. So if you'll observe here, that is the reason I've just erased that. This non-zero row is coming at the end of the matrix. This should not be in the middle, or this should not be at the top of this matrix. It should appear at the end. So if it is not coming if it is coming in between or in the first or the second row, I have to bring down to the last, right? Okay. Then again, let me just again go through the different kind of example. This is the first non-zero element or the leading one. Then below that have to be 0. Then again it should be towards the next row, next non-zero row, or next leading one should appear towards the right of the previous, and below that again it's 0. Then moving to the next row, if I am having this my leading one, then this is my leading one, and I'm not talking about anything about these elements. So there is no restriction on these elements, whether they are equal to 0, whether they are non-zero, whether they are negative, doesn't matter. We have to just take care of all these things while reducing the matrix to an echelon form. Similarly, suppose now in the first case, first row, I don't have this as the non-zero or leading one. So I am moving to, so this has appeared as 0. So I have to have below every row here, everything has to be equals to 0. If this is appearing in the first row itself, below that have to be equals to 0. Now again I'm looking at the first row itself. In the first row, my first leading element is coming out to be here. Now below that have to be equals to 0. Then moving to the next row, next leading element is right of the previous. Below that again it is 0. Next row, now if you'll observe here, I don't have the leading element immediately here. It is present here. It is present here. And therefore, it's possible to just do this. So because I have got here 0. If it should be either 1 or because of this current definition, either 1 or non-zero element. If it is a 0, then I'm looking for the next non-zero element or leading one element in the row. So one more very important statement. The number of non-zero rows in the row echelon form is known as the rank of a matrix. Okay, it's known as the rank of a matrix. So suppose I just wanted to make a comment on this particular thing. So let me just erase that so that you will have that clear picture of what is the statement and what I just wanted to explain you here. Now this is all these examples I have given you as an example of the echelon form, as an echelon form. Now if I wanted to state and comment on the rank of this particular matrix, the first matrix, what would be the rank here? Because I have got the non-zero rows 1 and 2. So rank of this particular matrix A is equals to 2 because I have got 1 and 2 non-zero rows of this 2. Right? Look at this rows here. Non-zero and non-zero. Though it's only one number present here which is a non-zero, still this particular row would be considered as a non-zero. Then looking at the third one, second matrix here. So first non-zero, second non-zero and the third non-zero. So suppose rank of this particular matrix B is equals to 3. Say for this is a B matrix. This is A matrix, right? And this is say for C matrix here. Now in this C matrix, first non-zero, second non-zero and third non-zero. I am talking only about the row. I am not at all making any comment on the columns. We have to take care of here only the number of rows, right? Okay, so number of rows which are non-zero is known as the rank of the matrix in the row echelon form. With the example, find a row echelon form of the following matrix. The matrix has been given to you here. I am not at all talking anything about the order of this matrix as we did it for PAQ form. But yes, we have to take care of this particular. Now I want it in the first, suppose first row here. Here I want it 1 leading. So what will be my transformation? Transformation would be 1 and 3. So if you observe here, I have got 1 over here. So this first and the third row would be exchanged. After exchanging this row, I have got this leading one here. Leading one here. So if it is a leading one, I wanted to make this as 0. I wanted to make this is also 0 because this is already 0 present here. So what would be the transformation? Transformation would go as R2 minus 2 times R1. Because of this 2 here, because of this 2 here, present here 2, I want this 2 as 0. So the transformation would be R2 minus 2 times R1, right? So R2 minus 2 times R1, what will happen with this particular? 2 minus 2, 0, 3 minus 6, minus 3, 4 minus 2, minus plus 2 will give me 6 here, and 5 minus 4 would give us here 1. Right? So this is the second row. Now the fourth, because third would be same, 0, minus 1, 2, 3, 0, minus 1, 2, 3. So now third would be R4 minus 3 times R1. So 3, 3 minus 3, 0, 2, minus 9, minus 7, 4, plus 3, 7, 1, minus 6, minus 5. So we have got this as, so this is the leading one. Leading element 1, below that it's 0, right? Okay, what would be my next transformation? So if you'll observe here, this 2 and 3, row number 2 and 3, because I need here leading 1 here in the place of 3. So that is the reason we have just shifted this element up and this row here. So R2, 3 will give us this type of transformation. Now after this, I want it here leading 1. So minus 1 times R2 will give us this leading. So we have got leading 1 here, below that 0. We have got here leading 1. Now we have to make this minus 3 and minus 7 as 0 using the element 1. What would be the transformation here? So the transformation here, transformation for this particular is, so R3 and R4 is changing. So there is no change in R1. There is no change in R2. So R1 and R2 we have written it. R3 plus 3 times R2. R3 plus 3 times R2 would give us. So this element no change. So this is 0 itself because of this 0. This 0 will be same. Now minus 3 plus 3 0 right? 6 minus 6, 0. This would be 1 minus 9 minus 8, right? This is the R3. R4 is R4 plus 7 times R2. So you just check it out. You will be getting this particular type of elements over here. Now here we have got this leading one. The next leading one is here. Below that is 0. Below that is also 0. Now we have to search for the leading one here. But for that reason, I have to go the way which we have done it here. The same way, R3 and R4, we are just swapping it out. We have got it here minus 7, but we don't want minus 7 here. We want 1. The transformation would give me minus 1 by 7 times R3. So this minus 1 by 7 times R3 is become 1 over here. Now what is to be left? This minus 8, I want it as 1. And that would be done by minus 1 by 8 times R4. Right? So if you'll just observe the previous session from this I button, that is about the normal form and the PAQ form, you will understand how to perform this type of transformations fast. And as we are doing it here, only the row transformation, it is simple because we are not doing any column. So if you'll observe here, rather than that, let me just explain you here. Leading 1, below that 0. Next row, leading 1, below that 0. Next one is here. Leading 1, below that is 0. Next one is here, and that's what we have got it here. The rank of this, the echelon form or a row echelon form has achieved. After getting the row echelon form, how many number of rows are having the non-zero elements? So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So all of them are having it. So rank of this particular matrix A is equals to 4. Because I wanted number of non-zero rows in an echelon form, row echelon form. Okay. One more thing we will just go quickly because of this as leading 1 present already. This is 0. We want this as 0. So I'm just going quickly over here. So this R2 plus R1 and R4 minus 2 times R1 would be the transformation. After the transformation, the rows R2 and R4, please do check here the rows. I'm not going to explain it again here. Then R2, 3, because this we have got it as the leading one. Below that is 0. Now because of this one already present here, it's better for us to go for you can say this third row as the second and second as a third. So we have just done that. So again you will observe here, now this is a leading one. Because of that, this has to be 0, this has to be 0. We wanted to make it using the 1 here, and therefore the transformation would be R3 minus 2 times R2, and R4 plus R2 would give us this as the leading, below that as 0. Then we have to move to the next one. To move to the next one, this element have to be minus 1 by 4 times R3. So we have got this 1. Because of this one, I want this 8 as 0. That can be done or achieved R4 minus 8 times R3. Now this is a leading 1. Below that we have already got it 0. Now just we have to make this 8 as 1, and that can be done just by making or dividing that particular R4 row by 8, right? So if you'll observe here, we are just doing the row transformation. There is no column transformation. Why? Because this name itself is row echelon form. So we have to just perform the row transformations. No column transformation. Columns are not allowed here in this particular type of row echelon form. Again, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 of them contain the non-zero elements, and therefore the rank of this particular matrix A is equals to 4. Right? So we have got this achieved again here. So if I wanted to have this leading 1, below down 0 here, moving to the next leading 1, below that 0, next row leading there, leading 1, 0, then here, and we got that rank of the matrix. Okay. Then this is a self-observation slide wherein the 2 questions have been given to you. You have to find out the row echelon form. Using this, answers have been given to you. You might get this A little different. It is completely depending upon how you are performing. But I have just given you for a reference sake. You might be getting this type of matrices for the row echelon form, and the rank is 3 and 2. If at all any query, please do ask me in the comment section so that I can address you all. Thank you. Happy learning.